Lemony Snicket's a series of unfortunate events or something like that. I from a series of a ton of mathematicals when I woke up, which like our friend Michael says, um, is a lot of times when things will come to you of what to do. They say the old expression, sleep on it, because while you're sleeping, your brain will sort of figure stuff out. Then when you wake up, you'll have more of a clear perspective because all the emotions have been removed. And something was time stamped at 3:45, and I started running that number by the date, and it came to somebody's days old recently. And then I was running other numbers, and it came to how many days old Trump was at a certain time, because I know he's in that 28,000 range. He was 28,324 on New Year's Eve. And I said, well, those two different days of that person and Trump's days, what's the difference from today? And it landed on September 14th. And I was like, September 14th, that's when Bond, when he threw the knife, it landed on Setembro, which is Setembro is Portuguese for September. It's not Spanish. It's Portuguese. Setembro. Setembro. And the knife that Bond threw landed on September 14th on Her Majesty's Secret Service. And he's wearing a rose on his lapel. And it's funny because that's the middle name of the person that gave me the timestamp that started running the numbers. And if you remember that person, I'm not going to show since I've already said a middle name. But, well, $19.98 times 3 times 19. It's got the 138, which is Donald Trump. Simple gematria, 38 murder, 88 Trump. Murder Trump, 388. 86 means to eliminate, to get rid of, or it's murder code in the spy world to 86 them, Agent 86 and Get Smart. So the 88 with the 86. But there's the 11-3, also the rising. That's when World Trade Tower rose. So it's the complete fusion. Person born at 808 and first name, middle initial, and last name comes to the exact same as Donald J. Trump. Her first name, middle initial, I've already given you is the R. And last name comes to 148 in simple gematria, the same as Donald J. Trump, also with his middle initial. So she's quite the cipher to follow. And the fact that it landed on that September 14th, I mean, we really have to take a focus on that day. Now, all these representations of this movie was Bond marrying his wife, and of course, her dying. And this is a lot of Eve symbolism. And the person that gave me the timestamp, like I said, middle name Rose, but when I saw the number of days that the timestamp gave me, it was of another person I've spoken of whose real name has Eve in the middle of it, as each letter represents a number, there is a 5225 in there, which is EVE, even though EVE is not in her name. But the numbers next to each other add up to it. I mean, give you a 525 all next to each other, which is Eve. So, being that it's Bond's wife, possibly representing Eve, since he got married, and they married this movie to No Time to Die, is the eve September 14th of the event that will take place on September 15th, which is a Sunday, Bloody Sunday. And then he would rise 2 days later, September 17th, lunar eclipse. Now, let's look at 325. Killed on that lunar eclipse and then rises on the next lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse to lunar eclipse. So from the 25th to September 17th, it's 176 days. 76 is Adam. In Strong's Concordance, we know he is the Black Adam. The September 14th, September 15th range is, of course, a very solid time to look at. I don't know what I was going to do because I then went to go do something else. Y'all know how on my ovens, I have them up 3 hours minus 3 minutes apart, which gives you a lot of different times that are backwards and forwards with each other. And like, I think like one example is 9:46 is 6:49 or something like that. There's just where one oven is 9:56, the other is 6:59. I think that's the 150, not 40. So there's a lot of numbers that are the same backwards and forwards. So at 9:14, if you go up 3 hours minus 3 minutes from 6:17, you will land on it on 9:14. And at 9:14, if you go up 3 hours minus 3 minutes, it gives you 12:11. I multiplied 617 times 1211, and it does give you the 718, which is the Dark Knight date. Porsche 911, Porsche 718. The Dark Knight was released on 718, and it's fused with 187. So I don't know. I mean, it could happen on the 14th. Could be pronounced dead on the 15th and then rise on the 17th, or just, I don't know. But we just have to go ahead on, forget about my minutia. We have to focus on that date that's over there stuck on the wall of September 14th. It's only in focus for just a quick second right there. You see the 14 above the 21, you see the 20, you see the 22. At least I can on my big computer screen. If you're looking through a cell phone, that's going to be pretty difficult. But if you're watching these on your smart TV, then you can. If you're on a smartphone, you have to do a screenshot and then blow it up. But that's what it is, September 14th. So by just that reason alone. Forget about all my personal ciphering minutia. That's right before the next lunar eclipse, so I guess we'll start a playlist on it. If I don't think I have one already on this. All right, love you.